Hello to everybody out there in YouTube land. This is RC with RC67 here. And I got a few cars I'm going to showcase today for y'all. A couple of them are some custom work I did, and then one of them is still in the original package. And then one just was a quick wheel swap that I did. But the first one up is a 1968 Mustang Fastback. This was a car I had from when I was a kid, little kid. And it was pretty beat up. It had been painted several different colors with fingernail polish and spray paint stuff. So I stripped it all apart and painted it and put it back together and did the best I could in terms of what was salvageable on the car. So the original wheels and tires were just the hard plastic ones. They were trashed. The chassis or the metal frame that it sits on was pretty bent up. I had to do some fabrication there a little bit, bending things back straight and then kind of strengthening it back up with some JB Weld to kind of stiffen up the frame a little bit so it wouldn't fall apart. Did a little custom work. I cut a hole in the hood and then put a blown engine out of the top of it. Put some bigger wheels and tires on it. I had to fabricate some axles as well. It sits a little lower than the original stance of the car, but that's okay. And really it doesn't roll very well just because the frame is bent still. So I couldn't quite get it perfectly straight. So it doesn't roll real well. But again, it's just a showcase car. So I just put it on the shelf just as this display piece for a car that I customized. But I will have to say this, though, this car definitely let me know who was in charge of the project. So it was like she was getting revenge on me. Every time I tried to work on her, something would happen. So she was definitely in charge of it. But I had to fabricate a windshield for the car from another car. Again, I cut the engine out to put a little blown engine in it. But it came out pretty good. Ended up painting it gunmetal gray. And paint came out really, really good. I've been using Tamiya spray paint, and it's been really a really good paint. So if you guys are looking for a paint to use, Tamiya brand is a pretty good paint. So this was the first car I did, which is the 68 Mustang here. So that was the first one I did. Second one here is a 1932 Ford 3-window. And I've done a couple of these recently. All I did with this one was just do a wheel swap out. And I painted the grille in the front. So I kept everything the same on it because it's a Gulf car. And it's going to go with the Gulf collection, which you can see some of the Gulf cars that I've got here in the back. So, but on this one here, again, I just drilled out those little rivet heads right there on the front and the back of the car. Drilled them out. I leave a little ring on there. And then that allows me to kind of snap the car back into place. So that way I don't have to use any rivets or glue to get the car to snap back together. But put a bigger set of wheels and tires on it. So those are rubber tires that I put on the car. Gives it a much bigger stance. And then of course the grille coming around here, I painted that black. So I blacked that out a little bit. So it gives a little bit classier look, I think, than just the hard plastic wheels and a full-on chrome engine. So, but that was that was one of the other ones. I just did a basic wheel swap on that one. So then I also picked up this. This is the same car. It's just still in the blister pack. And it has the original tires, which is those black tires with the bronze ring around the tire. So nothing unusual with this car. This one's going to stay carded because this one cost a little bit more when I ordered it in terms of where it came from. This 32 Ford has been a pretty hot commodity for Hot Wheels this year. I don't remember what case number it was. I want to think it was case P, I believe is what it was. But this was a pretty hot commodity for Hot Wheels. So I've been looking for a couple of these 32 Fords. I finally found a couple on eBay. One was an auction site, one I bought direct. The one that I put the wheels and tires on it, that was the one that was loose. So I didn't have a problem pulling it apart. This one here is still in the package and it's a short card, which is a little bit more on the expensive side because it's a short card, not the tall card. But anyway, that's another one that I just got done doing. So, all right, another 32 Ford 3-window. This one I bought off eBay as well, and it came in a color of gold with 3 black race stripes on it. Pulled it all apart. Like I said, I drilled out the rivets here on the bottom, and then those there popped it out, painted the bottom a little bit, popped the car apart, put on the new wheels and tires for it. And then obviously I painted the car a different color. I also did some engine detail work there, which you can see. Got the blower up on the top, there's black. Then the header of the top of that is red. And then you've got the exhaust system that kind of goes into the chrome. And then a little bit of the transmission you can see there back by the firewall is blue. So this is a pretty simple modification. Strip it apart, throw the body in some paint stripper, and then you pull it out, sand it down, and then you polish it, and then you go ahead and spray it. Again, using Tamiya spray. This is a metallic candy red, and it's got a little metal flake in it. It's hard to tell on the camera, but it's a pretty nice color. It came out real well. It lays really well too, but I thought it all came out pretty good. Let me see if I can widen up the lens a little bit here. So anyway, it came out really well. I was really happy with this one. And again, it's got full rubber tires. This rolls really, really well. So I was really happy that it came together as well as it did. So that's the other one that I just got done doing. And then finally, I got this 56 step-side Ford pickup truck. And this one, if you guys may remember, was that black Ford truck I got that was the counterfeit. And it was had the card from the Expendables on it. So I decided I was going to pull this truck apart and paint it pink. And I want to kind of paint it pink in, you know, honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month for the month of October. But I didn't want to have it in a lowered version. I didn't want to necessarily make it a four-wheel drive. So I had to build a platform for it, though, in terms of the chassis. So the original chassis on the truck was actually cracked. So I had to fabricate another chassis from another car and then put together a wheel set that would work with this car, and got it really together. So I painted it in a pink, again, from Tamiya's paints. Went on flawlessly, nice and smooth, minimal paint issues in terms of the way it laid down. It's got a nice gloss to it. You know, obviously I painted a nice clear coat on it. Did a little engine detail work with it. It's got the black blower coming out of the top. And then I painted the back of the bed all black. And then, of course, inside the bed, you have a gas can or the gas tank, and then the rear differential that you can see on the top there. And then, of course, I painted the running boards black, and then I put a little bit better set of wheels and tires on it. That's a rubber set of tires on it. So it sits up a little higher, but I thought it came out pretty good. It rolls. But again, this is just going to be a display piece, something for me to have that I put together, but it was kind of in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness for the month of October. And I thought it came out really, really well. So I was pretty happy with this one. So, but that's all the cars I have for showcasing tonight. And I hope you guys are having a great weekend and everything's going well for everybody. So y'all take care. This is RC with RC67 signing out.